Hello, I'm Mike. I'm back. I thought I'd share today how I've got my setup for using two computers with one monitor, keyboard, mouse, and sound. And up until now, I've been using a KVM to do that. And KVMs are great because it'll switch everything all at once. But this KVM does HDMI, and it's for 4K at 60 hertz. So when I try and run it at 1440p at 144 hertz, it every once in a while will blank and do something weird. So, and then come back. It doesn't hurt anything, but if you're in the middle of a game, you can't see what's going on. But it doesn't stop the video from recording correctly. It's annoying. So I did some digging. The monitor will take a display port and an HDMI port, two HDMI ports. So instead of going HDMI through the switch, the KVM, I hooked the HDMI directly to the laptop, and I hooked the DP display port to the desktop. Now the desktop sees that and will run it at 180 hertz, which is better. That's the full speed of the monitor, whereas the other one's only running it for 144 hertz, but that's still a lot better than 60. So in order to switch between them, you reach around the back, you hit a button, you go through menus, and you tell it to use the other port. And that's fine if you want to take that much time. But both of these machines are Linux. So there is a utility called ddcutil, which you can tell it to set the port set ddcutil set vs, where'd I go? I had that out here. So ddcutil set VCP 60 0x0f, and that switches it to the display port. And if you put 0x11, that goes to HDMI 1. 0x12 goes to HDMI 2. So you can make a script to do this, like I did there, and set it to switch to the other machine's port. So that you're on Forge 4, you want to go to Forge 5, you double click the Forge 5 icon, the screen switches, you push the button for the KVM and the keyboard and mouse switch, and then you're playing on the other one in like a second. So I named the file on Forge 4 Forge 5 and made a desktop file, so forge5.desktop, in local share applications. So that's in your home directory, home, username, local share applications. Named it Forge 5 DP switch. And then that created an icon in the menus after you run the where'd it go? After you run the command to update the desktop icons, it then shows up in your menus under Other, and you click it and it switches to the other machine. You can then, once you have it in the icons, you right click on it and say Add to Desktop. So you just double click it on your desktop. And then on the other machine, you make the corresponding opposite file, go to Forge 4, and make the desktop file, save it, and then you have Forge 4 HDMI switch on Forge 5 or whatever, and then you just switch back and forth. So now I got both machines running as fast as display as they could. So 1440p at 144 on the laptop and 1440p at 180 on the desktop. There was a weird thing I found. In the HDMI, but not the DisplayPort, you can actually set the output to 4K. And the screen will take it. But the screen then makes it fit on the 1440 display monitor, because the monitor is actually 1440. So you are generating 4K, but it's only showing at 2.5K. So if you're recording, you can record that at 4K and then upload that if you want. But it won't help what you're actually seeing when you're playing your game. So, yeah. Got the monitor running, is doing everything it needs to do now, so there you go. I hope that helps. Thanks for watching.